Let me ask you a question. Are you ready to create your YouTube channel, but you don't know what to say when you get in front of the camera? You don't know if you need expensive recording equipment to start your channel. You don't know what to talk about when you start your YouTube channel. Are all of these things what's holding you back from starting your YouTube channel? If so, let me tell you something. All you need to begin your YouTube channel is a phone to hit record and record yourself talking, a cheap microphone that you can find on Amazon.com or in your local Target or Walmart store, and your story is all it takes to be successful on YouTube. Let's talk about it. Almost exactly 1 year ago, around this time last year, I had just moved to San Antonio, Texas. I left Chicago, left my daughter, left my family, left my friends, left my job, left everything and everybody. I moved down to San Antonio, Texas to try and get back with my ex-girlfriend. It worked out for a little while, but in the end, it just wasn't meant to be. But long story short, I moved down there to San Antonio, Texas, had a 2-bedroom apartment. I drove my 2010 Lincoln MKZ down there at the time. I no longer had that car. But I drove everything that I needed down there to San Antonio from Chicago, moved into my 2-bedroom apartment, and I had trouble, man, finding a job when I first got there. So I started doing Uber Eats. As soon as I got down there to Texas, man, I was doing Uber Eats. I put so many miles on my car. It was ridiculous, man. I was literally driving all day, every day for what felt like pennies. Like I would drive for like 8 to 10, 12 hours in one day, and I wouldn't even bring home $100, man. But the reason I'm bringing up this story is what I've learned since I've been on YouTube in the past month and a half, 2 months, since I've been back on YouTube, because I tried in 2020, but it didn't go so well because I just didn't, I really didn't know what my niche was. And I really didn't know like where to begin. So I would just make random videos about random stuff. But since I've been back on YouTube for about 2 months now, what I've learned is my life story is all it took for me to blow up, for me to have as many subscribers that I have. I don't have any fancy recording equipment. I use a microphone that I bought off Amazon.com. I think I paid about $50 for this microphone. I have an iPhone 12 mini. I got that phone back when COVID was still going on. So I'm recording these videos on a 3-year-old phone, a microphone that I don't think I paid over $50 for. And all I do is talk about my life story, man. And it's a lady named Dodash, a fellow YouTuber. Her name is Dodash. And she's been talking about how she went from driving DoorDash to being a successful content creator on YouTube. If you guys have heard of her or haven't heard of her, her name is Dodash. Go check her out. She got some good content, man. And she was talking about how she went from doing DoorDash every day to just being successful on YouTube just by telling her story, man. And that's pretty much the same thing that I've been doing, except I was telling my story. I've been telling my story, but I incorporate my life story in the type of content that I make. I make semen retention content or sperm retention or seminal retention or whatever you want to call it. That is the type of content that I make. And I always incorporate and insert certain things about my life in all of my videos. And me just talking about my life and trying to humanize myself with you guys instead of trying to talk to you guys like I'm just this big bad person and y'all are just the audience and I'm trying to entertain y'all. I try to talk to you guys like we know each other. You know what I'm saying? I try to show you guys the human side of myself. And I think that's why so far I've been so successful with my channel. So fellas, well, even if this video reaches ladies, all you have to do if you want to be successful on YouTube is just be yourself and tell your life story. For example, when I just told you last year I was doing Uber Eats down in San Antonio, living in an unfamiliar city, that I never lived there before in my life, trying to chase behind my ex-girlfriend because I wanted to get her back. And, I was down there doing what I needed to do to keep the bills paid, man. I didn't make a whole lot of money, but I tell you what I did do. I seen a lot of places. I met a lot of cool people, and I made a fun experience out of me being somewhere that I was unfamiliar with. You wouldn't have been able to tell me a year ago that I would be living back in Chicago and I would have blew up on YouTube the way that I did. And I'm not saying blew up like I'm Mr. Beast or nothing like that. I'm saying, like, for me, for a guy that's only been back on YouTube for a month and a half, I feel like I'm doing pretty well for myself, man. You wouldn't have been able to tell me a year ago that I would be on YouTube talking about my family, my family, talking about my personal life to you guys on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to start getting paid for my videos. I'm literally about to start making a living just by getting on YouTube, clicking the record button, and just talking to you guys about my personal life story, man. It's amazing, man. And a lot of people I know want to start YouTube channels, man, and they don't know where to begin. Let me tell you something. All you need is a phone that has a record button. And even if you don't have a microphone, my first like 20 videos, I didn't have a microphone in my videos. You know what I'm saying? This is something I just started doing like 2 weeks ago. So you don't even need a microphone. This is just something I use to look professional or to sound professional. You know what I'm saying? You guys don't need expensive equipment. You don't need to spend 2 days working on one thumbnail just for that video to get 20 views. You don't have to do that, man. Just get in front of that camera and be yourself. Just tell your story. And I'm telling you, it is somebody in this world that's going to see your video, and whatever your story may be, they're going to be able to relate to that story, man. And people tend to be attracted to people who are genuine, people who are authentic, man. People can easily see through someone that is putting on a facade and trying to tell a story that's really not their story, or trying to come off being somebody that they not. You know what I'm saying? People can easily see through a person that is not being true to their self. So when you get in front of your camera and you're talking to your audience, just be yourself. Just tell your story, man. Because there's somebody out there that's going to be able to relate to your story. No matter what your story is about, just be yourself, man. Being yourself is going to take you a long way on this YouTube journey, man. Keep that in mind. Don't try to be like nobody else. Just stay in your lane and be you. Tell your story. Can't nobody tell your story like you tell your story, man. And I just wanted to make this video and give you guys some inspiration to do your own thing. You don't have to keep up with the Joneses. You don't have to be like this YouTuber or that YouTuber. Just be yourself. You guys don't know where to begin. Begin right here. Begin with being yourself. Get in front of your camera, hit that record button, and talk about the first thing that come to your mind, bro. But talk about it in a way that's going to make people actually care and want to listen to what you're saying, man. And also stay consistent. Just post, 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 post. It should not be a day that goes by where you don't at least post one video a day. It shouldn't be a single day that passes and you don't post at least once a day. Just show up, man. Show people how consistent you can be. And your consistency will take you very, very far in this YouTube journey. And that's something that I've learned so far since I've been back on YouTube. So keep that in mind. Stay consistent. Stay true to yourself. And people are going to blow your channel up because you're going to come off like an authentic individual that they can relate to. Keep that in mind. Thank you for tapping in with me. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the video. Until the next time, shalom, family. Take care.